Captain's Log, Stardate 151011. How's everybody doing this wonderful evening? I'm doing okay. I'm doing alright, believe it or not. Doing pretty good. A long, short week at work. Short, long week, however you want to call it. Whatever you want to call it. It was a short week, but it seemed to take its time going by. But hey, you know what? Made it to the weekend. Have another day off tomorrow. Ready for some football to go on. But hey, before we get to the football, let's talk about this week's unofficial sponsor. Our friends over at Rebel Customs. Look them up on Facebook. Facebook.com/Rebel Custom LLC. Excuse me, Rebel Customs LLC. REBELCUSTOMS LLC. Page ran by my friend Jen Conley and her husband Chris. I haven't met them in person. I hope to sometime soon. They are responsible for getting me up past the 250 mark, I believe. Folks, check them out. Hit them up. Like their page if you haven't already. Like their page. Let them know I sent you. And hey, you know what? As long as you're liking pages, if you haven't already, like the Prosper Facebook page. My goal is 500 likes by October 31st. I have approximately 80 likes to go in 20 days, so that's about 4 likes a day. Please, help me out. Hook me up. Hook them up. Good people. By all means, please. All social media should be about good people, bringing good people to other good people. Whew. That being said, I'm parched. Let's drink. 2 BOCs. Alrighty, there we go. Ooh, you gave me the same one. Awesome. That works. Alright. This week's beverage of choice is going to be Newcastle Caldonian British Session India Pale Ale. Ooh, tripped over that one, but hey, I got it. 5.1% alcohol by volume. The proper opening device. Into the proper consumption device. I'll get to this glass here in a little bit. Look at that. Look at that. That. Beautiful. Beautimous. Hey, you know what? Let's do it. Kapla! Outstanding. Alrighty then. Got to start this entry off the right way. Got to start it off with the birthdays. First birthday for the week goes to my dear friend Nicholas Turner. I actually met him about a little over 8 years ago. Met him in Yeehaw, Texas. Nick, my friend, how are you doing? How's life treating you? I hope things are going well for you. I hope you're doing all right. I hope this finds you well. And you know what? Happy birthday, my friend. Next birthday. This gal was actually a grade ahead of me in school. Grew up with her. Good friend of mine. I haven't seen her in a while, though. Crystal Silverstein. Crystal, what's going on, my friend? How are you? I hope you had a wonderful birthday. I hope you're taking great care of that baby. I'm sure you and Kevin are. Hey, you know what? To you too. I'm going to drink. Alright, next birthday. I knew this gal in Germany. She is an avid bingo player. She's so good she called bingo before she had bingo. Nah, I'm just kidding. Angie Peed. Angie. I got to bust your chops on that one a little bit. But hey, you know what? It's all good. How are you? How are you and your family? I hope things are going well. I hope Danny spoiled you on your birthday. I really do. And you know what? I would say go Colts, but they already did. So go Broncos, Giants, and Cowboys. All right. Next on the list. Another gal I went to school with. If she'd have stayed in the school district, we'd have graduated together. I knew her as Audrey Carroll. I'm talking about Audrey Bell. Audrey, I hope things are going well for you. I really do. I miss talking to you. I hope I get a chance to change that. You know what? I don't know if you drink or not. If you do, have one of these with me. If you don't, I'll have one for you. That's a standing rule in my house. If you don't drink, I'll have one for you. All right. Next birthday. another person I went to school with. Same class, everything. Mary Gettinger. Now, Mary is a Green Bay Packers fan, if I remember correctly. I don't know why I paused like that. But somehow, during the unfreezing process, I have no inner monologue. Oop, did I say that out loud? Nah, I'm kidding. Mary, how you doing? What's going on? Hey, I see your Packers are 4-0. Way to go. I'm actually kind of envious. Wish my Colts were 5-0 right now, but hey. Crap happens. It's just the first two we can't ever seem to win. At least the last few years. But hey, you know what, Mary? Congratulations to you and your Packers. If you don't drink, like I said, if you don't drink, I'll have one for you. Alright. Next up on the list. Guy I work with here. You've heard me mention him before. I actually did a photo shoot with him about a month or so ago. Corey Menhart of Menhart Photography. Corey, my friend, what's going on? Hope you had a good birthday. Haven't seen you at the job site in a while. I'm going to have to make up for that sometime. Hey, Corey, my friend. Happy birthday. Let us drink. Alright, next on the list. Now, I haven't seen this fella in a long time. Since probably 08? 07? I don't know. Jerry House. Jerry, my friend, I hope you had a happy birthday. Excuse me. I hope things are going well for you. Hope you're staying classy. I know you are. And you know what? Let's drink. Whew. Got a lot of these. Got a lot of these today. Oh, I got a lot of greetings. Just bear with me. I'll get through them as quick as I can. Next birthday, I have yet to meet her in person, but she likes those guys. Nicolle Olson. She has her own page. I haven't seen her in action lately. Her page, Motivational Words by Nicolle. I haven't seen anything new lately. Are you out of motivation, or are you just too busy, if you know what I mean? But hey, you know what? Keep it classy. Stay classy. Even though I don't like your Patriots, you're all right in my book. All right. Next on the list. Gal I met through somebody else I'm going to talk about here in just a minute. A wonderful mother. Star Trek fan. I'm talking about Lisa Shrewsbury. Lisa, I hope you had a happy birthday. I hope it was a good one. I hope you got spoiled. You know what? I'll drink to you. What the hell? I'll drink to you. Alright, next on the list. Guy I was in college with. Excuse me. Guy I was in college with. Good old Ivy Tech State College. Brandon Banks. Now, this guy is a computer whiz. Compared to him, I look like a caveman. Let me put it this way. With his computer knowledge, I'm like a caveman confronted by a tricorder. You know? It's that bad. But hey, Brandon, fellow Masonic brother, lead technician at B Computers. Check them both out. Hit them up. Give them some likes. And you know what? I'll drink for you. Alright, next on the list. Getting there, folks. I'm almost done. Next on the list, believe it or not, another person I went to school with. Graduated a year ahead of me. I'm talking about Eric Loboitu. Eric, my friend. Long time no see. Or, I'm sorry. Let me put it this way. Wie geht es Ihnen? Ich, sehr gut. How are you, my friend? I hope things are going well for you. You know what? I hope I run into you again someday. Maybe share one or two of these. Let's drink. And the final birthday greeting for the week. This gal is a wonderful lady. She's in the realtor business. Jessica Harris. Jessica, have you sold many homes lately? I hope so. Jessica Harris of Fisher Homes in the Avon, Plainfield, and there's another one. I forget what it was. Oh, I should have took better notes. I'm sorry. But hey, check her out. Check her out on Facebook. If you live in those areas, hit her up. Hit up her page. Like her page. And help her out. Let her know I sent you. And you know what? Jessica, I'm going to drink to you. Did I? Yes. You know what? Finally. Birthdays. Birthday greetings extended. All right. Now, first two additional greetings I have to give some love to. Like number 400 on the Prosper Facebook page. Zack Wilkinson. Zack, my friend, thank you so much for liking the Prosper Facebook page. Please continue to get the word out. And I also promised the person that brought you to me was also going to get some love on this here show. He gets enough love. Nah, I'm just kidding. You know him. You've heard him before. Good friend of mine, Josh Baker over at Beer and Song of the Day. They've been helping me out on my trek to 500 likes. You know what? Let's make it so. And to you too, I drink after the Prosper Salute. And now I will drink. Alright. Now, I got a little off track. But I had to do 400 while I thought about it. This week in Identify This, I gave you 3, as always. I wanted to know what starship class this was. Well, I had one guess, but it was changed. Somebody said that this was a Galaxy class starship. Then they changed it to say it was Voyager or a Galaxy class, one of those two. I was looking for an Intrepid class starship. This was an Intrepid class starship. Take another look. Yes, it is the ship that Voyager is. Voyager belongs to that class. But I was looking for Intrepid. Alright. Next one. Identify this. I was looking for the actress. Now, she looks like she got giant... She played a Klingon here. But you know what? Ooh. I saw her as a Q in human form. And oh my God, Becky. Look at that butt. Susie Plaxton. From what I understand, she is a very classy lady. Hell of a lady. And you know what? I'll go along with that. And finally, the last entry for this week. I threw you a curve. I kind of messed with you a little bit. Gave you a hard one. So I figured I'd give you this one. I was looking for the actor. This. You've seen him mentioned on here before. This is Vaughn Armstrong. He holds the record for the most characters in the spinoffs. He has played, I want to say 12. From the Next Generation clear through to the end of Enterprise. Wonderful actor. I hear he loves his fans. I would love to meet him sometime. That's it for Identify This for the week. I'll drink to everybody that played. Get ready. More coming next week. Alright. Now, additional greetings. This first one, I want to get her an alarm clock. Put it on the other side of the room, and it's going to go off till you get up and you put these 3 weird shaped pieces in the right holes. That way you're awake. Terri Garvin. Terri? Yeah. You'd hate me if I did that. But hey, you know what? You might want to check your mailbox. I think I sent you one. Nah, I'm kidding. Terri, you and I probably love hugging the pillow as much as the other one does. You know what? You know that. Honestly, if I didn't want to get up in the morning and watch football, I wouldn't do it. But hey, you know what? The Broncos are on the tube, and then the Giants are on the tube. I'm getting up for some football. You with me? Let's drink. Alright, next on the list. I just recently liked her page. Excuse me. I just recently liked her page as the Prosper page. She's at 921 likes. Want to get her up to 1,000. She's helping me. She's going to try to help me out. Get me up to 500 by Halloween. Check her out. Intimate with Amy. This gal is a very lovely gal. I met her through Beer and Song of the Day. And you know what? Woo! I tell you what. She's good looking. You know what? I'm going to drink to her. That's all I have to say about that. Alright. Now, next two, good friends of mine. Worked with them in Germany. Just recently got back from a business trip. James Swiderski and May May. If anybody saw Monday's episode of Beer and Song of the Day, Blues Monday, from October 5th, you'll know that she and I were featured as the Babe and Hunk of the Day, respectively. You two are very good friends. Just both recently made some awesome acquisitions. You know what? Congratulations to the two of you. Job well done. I'll give you the Prosper salute. And I'm going to drink to you. Alright, next up on the list. Dear friend of mine, living out in Utah. Yes, I said it. Utah. The Mormon state. Becky Holmquist. Becky, how's it going? How you doing? I hope you're doing good. Hope this finds you well. I hope you're living it up out in Uda, the land of the Mormons, as I already said. Becky, I'm gonna drink to you. Just because. Devoid of life, the brain cells, the average Babylon 5 fan. Well, there's a cure for that. Number 2, like I said, the replicator gave me 2 this time. Proper opening device. Damn it, there we go. Right into the proper consumption device. Alrighty. Kapla! Alright. Alright, now, these last 2, I worked with them in Germany. I happen to know they are very good people, very special people. Dana Obi and Sharon Seskowski. You 2 lovely ladies are awesome. I enjoyed what time I had with you 2 in Germany. I loved it. I hope I get the chance to run into the both of you again. And you know what? I'm going to give you the Prosper Salute. And I'm going to double drink. Alright, now, before I go too far, I mentioned this beer glass was special to me. As you may or may not know, I like going to Hard Rock because it's one of those things that it's everywhere. It's pretty much everywhere in the world. It's almost wherever you want to be. I say almost because I haven't found one here at Earth Station Okinawa yet. But, excuse me, I had a Hard Rock cologne glass at one time that the ink was bad on. And my friend Sharon, God love her, it took us a while to get it, but she finally hooked me up. She was able to replace the one from my collection for me. I'm indebted to her. You are a very good person. I really appreciate you for doing that for me. Okay. Awesome. Now, this time of the year, you know it wouldn't be complete. The show would not be complete without football. That's it. Here we go, folks. It's finally here. Football day here with Prosper. Alright, now, it's time for me to run off my predictions. As you saw earlier this week, I predicted the Colts to win over the Texans, which happened. I predicted that correctly. This week, Bears-Chiefs. I'm going with the Chiefs on this one, but, look at the Bears. I honestly would not mind the upset. I really wouldn't mind the upset. I've got nothing against either team. I just wouldn't mind seeing the Bears win another game this year. And sadly, it happens to be against the Chiefs. You know what? It is what it is. Seahawks, Bengals. You know what? As they say, all good things must come to an end. Which I think the Bengals' undefeated season is about to come to an end. I got Seattle pegged to win that one. Redskins, Falcons. I got to go with the Falcons. Because, for one, it's the Redskins. And two, the Falcons have been dominating. Jaguars, Buccaneers. This is my toilet bowl game of the week. Because both teams suck. Both teams suck. But if you have to pick a winner out of them, I'm going to pick the Buccaneers. You know what? Might as well. Somebody's got to win. Saints, Eagles. The Eagles are a joke. Chip Kelly, I think it's safe to say he failed in his little experiment. I'm going with the Saints. I got any Eagles fans out there? Sorry, nothing personal. It's business. Browns, Ravens. Really? I'm going with the Ravens. I'm going with the Ravens. I don't think the Browns are going to be able to pull it off. Rams, Packers. Now, remember how I said all good things must come to an end? It's not time for it to come to an end for the Packers yet. I'm calling them winning. Bills, Titans. I'm going with the Bills, and I'm going to add this in. If the Bills lose to the Titans, they are a fraud. They are about as useful as Grand Negus Zack's revised rules of the revised Ferengi rules of acquisition. You know, the ones where if you find someone's money, give it back to them. Yeah. All right. Cardinals Lions. Going with the Cardinals. I don't think the Lions are going to win this one. It is in Detroit, but I don't think that's enough. I don't think the Lions are going to be able to pull this one out. Cheaters Cowboys. All right. Now, I'm really torn on this game. I really am. It's the Cheaters and it's the Cowboys. I've got the Cheaters pegged to win. I've got them slotted for the win. But I am going to say this. As much as I want to see the Cheaters' undefeated season come to an end, I also want the Giants to take the NFC easy. No Romo means Eli can do it. But at the same time, no Romo means that the Cheaters might cheat and win. Well, I don't know. Can't say that. The game's at AT&T Stadium. Belichick's options for cheating are limited, but could happen. Could happen. I got the Patriots slotted to win, but that's another one where I really wouldn't mind the upset. It's all right. 49ers Giants. I'm going with the Giants. Not because they're home field, but the 49ers suck. And if the Giants and the Cowboys end up winning this week, I have a feeling that the Cowboys are going to lose to the Giants after bye week. All right, finally, Steelers Chargers. I'm going to go with the Steelers after that embarrassing loss to the Ravens. They're seeking redemption. I don't think the Chargers are going to be able to handle it. And your 4 teams that are on a bye week this week: Dolphins, Vikings, Jets, and Panthers. All right, that is it for football for the week. Excuse me. This week in Trek history. You know, believe it or not, there's only one thing that happened this week in history. Scott Bakula was born. Now, who's he? Captain Jonathan Archer of the Earth Starship vessel Enterprise. NX-01, the first Enterprise. You know what? Archer captained the Enterprise before it was cool. Turned 61 this week. Thank you so much for your influence on Star Trek, and I will drink. Alrighty then. Let's see. We've done birthdays, we've done extended greetings, we've taken care of NFL, we've taken care of Identify This, done This Week in Trek History. I think it's time we talk about our featured episode, A Private Little War. Yep. You know what that is, folks. Spoiler alert. Alright. On the planet Nicolle, which is not spoken in the script, Kirk, Spock, and McCoy are conducting a botanical and mineralogical survey, which could mean wonders for modern-day medicine. Modern day being 23rd century. Spock and Kirk discuss the existence of the Mugatu upon finding a set of tracks, while enjoying the almost Eden-like beauty of the planet. Suddenly, they hear villagers yelling to take cover, who are armed with flintlocks, as opposed to the spears and the bows and arrows from 12 years ago. Kirk draws his phaser, to which Spock reminds him is forbidden. Kirk decides, okay, can't use my phaser, I'm going to throw a rock, which startles a villager into firing his flintlock, thereby warning the hill people that there's a villager there. McCoy hears the shot, calls for a beam up. While he does so, Spock is shot by a villager, but is still able to travel. As they arrive at McCoy, McCoy orders a beam up. Ooh, crap. Hold up. Alrighty. As they transport to the ship and they step off the transporter platform, McCoy takes Spock to sickbay via stretcher, and Kirk and Scott make their way to the bridge after a red alert has been called due to a Klingon ship entering orbit. The Klingons send a message to their command, oblivious to the presence of the Enterprise. Kirk and Scott assess the situation and discuss the evolution of weaponry on the planet before Kirk makes his way down to sickbay for an update on Spock. Dr. M'Benga, a specialist in Vulcan physiology, states if Spock is to live, he'll have to fight for it on his own. Kirk and McCoy, dressed in local clothing, return to the surface to determine if the Klingons are breaking the Organian Peace Treaty. I believe the Organian Peace Treaty. I believe that's what they're referring, although I'm not too sure. I'm going to admit that. Upon arrival, Kirk and McCoy set out to find Kirk's old friend Terri. However, before they get too far away, Kirk is attacked and poisoned by a Mugatu. After a successful attempt to contact the ship, McCoy informs Kirk there is no cure for the venom. After encountering a group of hill people, McCoy arranges to have Kirk move to a cave to receive treatment. Terri and his wife, Nona, do you know what I mean? Oh, sorry. Nona is a Canutu woman, discuss the advancements of the villagers' weaponry. It is revealed that the Canutu women are a witch, or sort of witch people, as Nona had cast a spell on Terri to win his affections. As they embrace, Terri is informed that Kirk is on the planet and is ill. As Nona arrives at the cave, she discovers McCoy phasering a group of rocks arranged to keep Kirk warm. She quickly steps out of the cave. As she discovers McCoy She quickly steps out of the cave, bumping into Terri. Nona won't treat Kirk until she knows more about him, but Terri struggles with keeping a promise of silence and letting his old friend die. On the Enterprise, Nurse Chapel is seen tending to Scott as Dr. Mbenga comes in, explaining his low life signs. Spock is deep in a battle to heal his damaged tissues. In the cave, Terri and Nona perform a ceremony involving a Mako root. Terri slices open Nona's hand, who slaps it onto Kirk's wound through the root. While having the effect of curing Kirk, she has also cast a spell upon him. As Nona rests for a bit, Kirk comes back to consciousness, but is very tired himself. As Terri takes Nona to rest, he states that Kirk and Nona have become joined, and he cannot refuse her wish. As McCoy awakens, he finds Kirk hunched over Nona with a slight headache. Suddenly, Terri jumps up, and they exchange greetings. Kirk recalls being bitten and telling McCoy to take him to Terri. Kirk asks to be brought up to speed on recent events that have happened and future plans. Nona goes on to follow Kirk and company, but Terri tells her no. On the Enterprise, Spock's life signs change for the better. Mbenga tells Chapel to call him after any change and do whatever Spock says. Back on Nicolle, Terri tells Kirk that the villagers are manufacturing their own weaponry. Kirk asks Terri to take them to the village during the night to try to learn about their process. Nona tells Kirk she knows who he really is, stating that the knowledge was the price for saving his life. She pleads with Kirk to teach them things about weaponry and whatnot, but Kirk talks about the Prime Directive and how they can't interfere. Nona storms off as Terri leads them to the village. Kirk and McCoy enter and subdue the guard. As Terri takes his weapon and ammunition, Kirk heads for the foundry. McCoy finds coal for forge and sulfur for gunpowder as they walk inside. Once inside, Kirk discovers a chrome steel drill point, something a little bit beyond their technology. McCoy also finds a carbon-free, coal-rolled gun barrel. As McCoy takes readings, they hear two individuals enter the forge, a Voyager and a Klingon. After hearing the words Klingon Empire, McCoy accidentally trips his tricorder, and the two subdue the Klingon and the villager before they themselves are attacked. However, before they can escape, they are cornered by two villagers. Whew. Kirk and McCoy manage to subdue their would-be captors and make a hasty escape from the village. Back aboard the Enterprise, Spock calls for Chapel, who begins slapping Spock hard. As Scott enters sickbay and subdues Chapel, Mbenga enters and continues hitting Spock until Spock stops him. Back on Nicolle, Kirk instructs a group of hill people on the proper use of the flintlock. McCoy then pulls Kirk aside to discuss the morals of providing the hill people with flintlocks, which brings a balance of power back to the planet, which the Klingons had initially unbalanced. Kirk and McCoy debate about whether or not Kirk is being influenced by Nona. A possibility, but Kirk gives McCoy a sane answer to the question, which ends in McCoy stating that the pacifist Terri would be one of the first casualties in a planetary war. Back on the planet, Kirk approaches Nona to speak to her, as she taunts him with a native root to exert her influence over him. Terri is seen walking by examining a flintlock when he observes Kirk and Nona. As Kirk grabs Nona in a passionate embrace, Terri aims his weapon at Kirk, who kisses his wife. However, Terri discards his weapon and flees. Suddenly, Kirk and Nona are attacked by another Mugatu. As Nona tries to fight it off, Kirk distracts it for a moment before drawing his phaser and vaporizing it. Nona knocks him out and steals his phaser. She is last seen headed for the village with his phaser when she notices a villager patrol. The group positions themselves to overpower her, but aren't quick enough, as Terri's people intercept the patrol. The lead villager, feeling he was being set up, kills Nona. McCoy is shot in the arm as Kirk and Terri attack the group of villagers. They successfully either kill or drive away the patrol. After the battle, Terri is a changed man and asks Kirk for more flintlocks. As Kirk calls the Enterprise, he and McCoy are relieved to hear Spock on the other end of the comm. A tired Kirk and McCoy return to the ship. Some good stuff. Granted, my little synopsis probably didn't do it justice, but it's one of those that you have to see. Let's go behind the scenes. The first draft script was completed on 30 August 1967. The episode was filmed late September. Although the script specifies that the planet is named Nicolle, that name is never mentioned in the episode itself. Similarly, Krell, who is the name of the Klingon commander, his name is never mentioned either. In Don Ingalls' original story outline, the Klingon antagonist was to be Kor from the episode Errand of Mercy. In a May 26, 1967 memo, Bob Justman criticized this point, writing, "Here we are in the outer reaches of our galaxy, and who should Captain Kirk run into but good old Kor, an adversary that he has encountered before and with whom he has been unable to get very far." Just think of it. Billions of stars and millions of Class M type planets, and who should he run into but a fella he's had trouble with before? No wonder Kor doesn't recognize him at first. The coincidence is so astounding that he must feel certain that it couldn't possibly have happened. In Don Ingalls' second draft story outline, the character's name was changed to Krell. The episode was intended as a comment on the ongoing Vietnam War. The original writer of the episode, Don Ingalls, put the pseudonym Judd Crucis on it after Gene Roddenberry rewrote it. Ingalls' original contained many more overt Vietnam analogies than what finally appeared. According to Alan Asherman's The Star Trek Compendium, this script referred to Apella as a Ho Chi Minh type, and the tribesmen wearing Mongolian clothes. Though friends with Roddenberry since their days as LAPD officers, Ingalls did not like the changes, and the pseudonym was his wordplay on Jesus Crucified. Makes sense. The original script called the creature a Gumatu, but DeForest Kelley kept saying it wrong, so it was changed. The credits still retain the original name. Stock footage of the White Rabbit's footprints from shore leave were used for the Mugatu prints. George Takei does not appear in this episode. This episode marks the first of two appearances of Booker Bradshaw as Dr. Mbenga. The next one occurs in That Which Survives. And finally, in the comic book The Order of Things, in the Blood Will Tell miniseries, this story is told from the Klingon point of view. Fascinating. Well, ladies and gentlemen, before I slam what's left of this adult beverage home, I want to take a moment to thank you all for your time for the 34 minutes that you have allowed me into your homes via tablet, smartphone, computer, however you watch this show. I am truly appreciative to you. So now I'm going to finish my beverage, which is now devoid of life as the brain cells the average Babylon 5 fan. And now I'm going to make like the Enterprise and warp out. Everybody take care. Have an awesome night or day. Don't do anything I wouldn't do, and if you do, name it after me. Don't drink and drive because you might spill your drink, but more importantly, you might kill yourself or somebody else. And drinking and driving is dumber than being a Babylon 5 fan. And things that are worse than that are rooting for little whiny crybabies like Tom. Giselle won't let me go to the Pro Bowl, and they caught me deflating the footballs. Now I don't know how I'm going to cheat to win. Brady, men slapping women, racism, animal abuse, fake friends, people who watch on bets, anyone who's a member of, supports, or defends ISIS, or the Westboro Baptist Church, who tried to picket Leonard Nimoy's funeral but couldn't find it. Things like that are highly illogical, and I will not make time for them. Ladies and gentlemen, as always, I wish you all to live long and prosper.